Hey. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about slowing down. I know it's kind of, what me and Jen spoke about in the Pillars of Health workshop. And I talk about it a lot with my clients. And it's been certainly a massive part of my own healing journey, is learning to slow down and feel and listen to my thoughts, listen to my body's guidance and wisdom. And it sounds simple, right? But when you're driven by stress and you've got an underlying driver of chronic stress because your body doesn't feel safe or regulated in any way, then we're always going to be on that roll. And I just recently worked with a client who said the same thing. Oh my God, I feel like a sloth in comparison to what I'm normally like, but actually things are falling into place. I'm listening a little bit more in my body. This is what IEMT really helped me with, to gain access a little bit more of my parasympathetic nervous system so that I could actually be like, take a breath. And it took a little bit more work from that. And I write daily. I write my fears and resentments daily, because that keeps me in a space where I'm actually listening to my internal senses. I write a lot of lists so that I prioritize what I do. If I'm going out in the morning early, I try to be really prepared the night before. And I try to be on time everywhere. I'm normally way early, actually. But it's about creating a little bit of that external safety. Can I prepare myself for something that might be coming up? Can I get myself ready for bed at a reasonable time so I'm not diving into bed like totally bombed out and then I can't sleep? It's about learning about building a slowness, a routine, an external safety that starts to support the internal work that a lot of my clients are going through a lot when they're doing IEMT and SSP and stuff. So the slowing down, you could get it from like a nice yoga class, but then if you're straight back up on your phone, and that was very much what I was like. I would be, right, I've got to get up, that activated state. And the more we learn to kind of slow, just take steady steps. Even when you notice you're rushing, just be like, okay, why am I rushing? What am I stressed about? What's driving me? Then that really helps. And the journaling in the morning is really excellent for that. And I don't know why I wanted to come on and say that today, maybe because I'm off on holiday and feeling the pull of like, a big deep rest. But when we learn to slow down, when we build a routine around what we're doing, it sounds really boring, and it really is. But actually, how I was living before wasn't boring, but it certainly didn't feel safe. It didn't feel steady. And I was just generally pissing people off because I was just so reactive all the time. So that's the one thing I do after the first session of IMT or one of my breakthrough programs, is I start to teach people that they need to start to take control of their lives in a more external way. Yes, the internal work's really good and processing the emotions, but you need to be still to process those emotions. What comes up for me when people used to tell me to slow down was really, I can't, so responding to that as well. Why do you feel like you can't slow down? What's driving that feeling that you've got to be up all the time? And that's a survival thing, really. And it certainly was for me, that I had to be doing, because actually sitting in my own body just didn't feel very nice. So if you're looking for a little bit of support, if you find that life is overwhelming and you're really struggling to get an anchor in that, then IEMT and SSP can really support the beginning of that. It starts to access a little bit more of the safe part of your nervous system, that rest and digest. And this is what I'm going to work with everyone in my Rebalance and Rebuild program in September. And it's a perfect time to do it heading into early autumn, where we can start to really learn to build trust, learn to understand what's going on inside that's affecting the outside, but also in our bodies as well, the reactions, the irritations, the anger, that kind of thing. So if you're looking to do that, then please drop me a DM. And if not, just slow down. Lots of love.